Hello, everyone. We're going to wait a minute as everyone is joining. Welcome to our last of our general Q&A, kind of pre-arrival welcome webinars that we are hosting for graduate international students at ASU. So I'm just going to keep waiting for one more minute as our attendance starts to grow. As we are waiting for that one more minute, I want to let you know that this is recorded. You should be on our emailing list, so hopefully that's how you got this invitation. You can always message one of the three of us your emails if you feel that you are not getting our emails, but we will send out a recording of this as well as our other sessions and the PowerPoint slides to everyone, so that way you can actively click on the links following the session. We will have, I think, just one more session after this to go over general Q&A, but we'll complete sharing that information by the end of this. So without further ado, welcome to our graduate students Spring 2025 pre-arrival Zoom session. This is the last of 3 general sessions. So if you've joined a general session 1 or 2, it's going to be the same information. We are going to just introduce you to the ISSC, which is the office that we all work for, and more. Plus the purpose of our pre-arrival of just getting you information before you arrive. We're going to go over a general bit of class registration and just some other information. I will warn you, my cat is trying to visit, so if you see something fluffy coming through, it's just my cat. Okay, so this is one of the teams that is here. So our International Graduate Initiative team, my name is Haley Cousino, and I'm the associate director. I don't know what I am, assistant director. And then KJ, if you'd like to introduce yourself.
Sure. My name is KJ Faruqi. I'm the coordinator here at International Graduate Initiatives team at ISSC, International Student Scholar Center. Again, at the bottom, you'll see my email. Just email me if you have any questions and concerns, but you should have gotten all the emails from me regarding the presentations for the slides and the links to the video in our YouTube section. And also, you'll see, when you get here, you'll see both Haley and I and our student workers at the International Orientation, which is on January 10th. Thank you.
Yes. And just make sure when you do email us to give us your full name plus your ASU ID number or your ASU right. It helps us in case you might have a similar name to someone else, that we can make sure we are emailing the right person back. I'm not sure if Lori's here today, but that's okay. It's kind of early in Arizona. So just so you do know, we do have a whole advising team, and they help you with anything from CVIS to immigration status, all of those questions, OPT, CPT, so getting those internships after school and during school. So that's, sorry to pop up in my window. So that team is always here to help you. Can you guys see my slide? I just had something pop up in front of mine.
Yeah, if you just say reload, I think you'll be fine.
There we go. Okay, you guys can all see the other support team slide. Is that a thumbs up? Fantastic. Okay, so as we can see, I'm not the best technology person, so we've got other teams to help me out, including a tech team. But the teams that you guys will interface and work with is our Indian Student Support Team, our East Southeast Asian Student Support Service Team, our sponsored students. So if you are on a sponsorship coming to ASU, that is the team that will help you with your specific needs. We have a Middle East and North African Region Support Team, a Fulton Engineer Team, and if you're out at Polytechnic, we will have specific coordinators and teams that will help you with any kind of special needs that you have. If you do not fall within any of these teams, guess what? You still have KJ, myself, and Sumi. She will introduce herself soon with a whole team that she is there to help. And again, we have our advising team. So without further ado, Sumi, would you mind introducing yourself and your team?
Sure. Hi, everyone. My name is Sumi Mohan. I'm currently doing my master's in information technology, and I work as a global peer mentor at ASU. So what we do is we mentor first semester students like yourselves once you join ASU. So in the first couple of weeks, you should receive an email from one of us. You would be assigned to one of us, and We would sort of be like your buddy for the whole semester. You can reach out to us if you have questions. You would have questions, like regarding anything, like on-campus resources. Yeah, you sort of reach out to us, and then we're there to help you out throughout the semester. That's our team, by the way.
Perfect. And Sarah, I know you just joined, so we just were looking at our advising page. So not to put you on the spot, can you do a quick introduction and let everyone know who you are, and then we'll let you stay here in silence.
Yes, hi. Hello, everyone. My name is Sarah Laplanche-Danache, and I am one of the academic international advisor at ISSC. So if you have any question when it comes to post-OPT, STEM OPT, or anything, so feel free to reach out to us to our email address, phone number. So here I am. Thank you for coming, guys.
Thanks for joining. So again, as we go through this, if you guys have any questions, my keyboard is very sensitive. We have a big team here, and everyone that you can see the window of, they're going to be in the Q&A. So feel free to ask any questions. We do have one of our advisors and someone from our Global Peer Mentor and our graduate team. So as you can see in this picture, our team is very big. This is, we even have new members for this. So when you come to ASU, you're going to have a lot of individuals that are willing and interested in helping you. And again, today, throw your questions in the chat. ISSC stands for International Student and Scholar Center. Everywhere at ASU, we like to shorten our names to just simple letters. So please get used to it. The ISSC, I hope, is the most important collection of letters that you'll remember. So this is just an arrow pointing to where we are on Tempe campus, just because Tempe campus has the highest population of students. So we want to let you know where to find us. That is a picture of our office, the yellow International Center. So if you see that, you're in the right place if you're looking for us. But, so this is also our information. So we do, as Sarah, you might meet her one day within our virtual or drop-in and in-person advising. We're not going to go into detail about this because this slide will go out to you later, and we want you to go on our website to actually check this stuff out. But just so you're aware, you can meet with our advisors. This is our Tempe campus information, but if you are on another campus, lucky for you, we are also all over ASU. So we have our downtown, Polytechnic, and West Campus covered. So you want to go to our ISSC at .asu.edu/contact us if you want to reach out to us. So just find us on the website. As I mentioned, our website a few times already, this is going to be your most valuable place of information. We really want you to go here. If you have any questions, it's probably answered here. So try to find it here, search for it, read it. And if you have any questions, then you can follow up with us. And of course, if you have any needs, we want you to come to our office and meet with us if necessary. But we always encourage you to do some research on your own and go on our website. We have a lot of smart people trying to make sure your questions are all answered here. But again, there are other ways to make sure you contact us. And all of our social media is very, very good. I follow it for fun and to keep updated myself. So some of these dates have gone past, but we want to keep reminding you of these important deadlines. Again, this slide will be sent out to you. So you want to make sure you review this and you are following through with all these important deadlines. In the US, deadlines are deadlines. We kind of don't really give exceptions. So please make sure you do follow up with any of these items that are needed. So when you get this, anything with the underline has a link to it. So we want to, well, I guess this checklist has an underline. It has a link to it. So we want to make sure you click on that to come to our formal and full checklist. But before you do, I actually think we're good now. So you can start arriving in the US. You can't arrive more than 30 days to the start of your first semester. And we recommend you come during the arrival week if you feel like you need some assistance. That's the 6th through the 9th. We'll have airport assistance. We'll have people from ASU. We'll have people from ASU at a table, making sure you can get your ride from the airport to your future place of stay. We want to make sure that if you are living on campus, you arrive on the 9th or later, because that's when your on-campus housing is available, unless if you reach out to them earlier. And other than that, if you're not on campus, please make sure you have some accommodations figured out for when you arrive. Please rent an apartment before you get here. And if you cannot, have some kind of hotel, Airbnb, something set up. We really don't want you arriving in that airport with no plans on where you're sleeping tonight. So that's always stressful. So please make sure you have some kind of plan before you arrive here, even if you're not fully secure on your airport and your hotel apartment. So we also make sure this date is passed, I believe. So to request your I-20, but you have to apply to that visa and have that appointment. We have a checklist on our website. Again, that checklist right there of the important documents you need to bring in your carry-on when you come through the airport. And we're going to go over some of the other things that you might want to pack, the information about transit and connecting flights. But we always want to make sure that you do review that admission page for this international admitted travel students. Okay, so this page is going to have a lot of information that is very useful. So please do utilize the links that we share. So this is just a quick peek on things that you should pack and do before you come here. So we want to make sure that you go to our International Student Arrival page, you get your ASU ID and email activated, you do your you review your health insurance, you submit any immunizations that are required from the country that you're coming from, you go over the ASU Code of Conduct and more. But make sure, I'm going to say this like 20 times, you RSVP for your welcome event. So that is important, and I will go over those specific dates. So these are just some suggested things and required things that you need to do before you come here. So that flying checklist, again, these are underlined because it is a link that you can click on. So the important documents that you need to bring are on the left. Of course, your passport, your I-20, your visa, your boarding pass, printed transcript, your admissions letter, financial guarantee, and the travel letter, which is updated here. So we want to make sure you have all those needed items. We suggest that you write down the emergency number, which we'll have in a few slides later, and the address that you're going to. But of course, remember to bring those things that make you feel comfortable on the plane. I don't know, Sumi, did you have anything you wish you brought on the plane, like a converter plug for the transits or snacks that you wish you had on the plane?
I think we have, yeah. An adapter is very it's not what you would have here. So, and then I think, yeah, like your documents mainly. Just make sure you don't miss out on anything.
Good.
Especially.
Okay, so when we go through immigration, you guys might have some questions, but guess what? The ISSC has an advisory area on our website that can hopefully address all of your concerns, frequently asked questions. So you really want to make sure you go to our website. Yet again, I will keep saying that. But you can see at the bottom that my keyboard is very sensitive, everyone. Sorry about this. You can see at the bottom that we want to kind of like really point out that there's no cause for alarm if you're being pulled into a secondary room to ask for secondary questions. This does happen. I know, Sumi, some of your fellow global peer mentors who are outstanding individuals have been pulled aside for secondary questioning. There's nothing wrong with them. It just sometimes happens. So we really want to make sure you remain calm, answer your questions honestly. And if you are concerned, you can write down some of these emergency contact numbers here below. Again, this slide will come to you later. But that way, if you are nervous, you can say, hey, here's this number, I'd like to call it, if for any reason. However, that's really only in case of an emergency. So again, secondary questioning is totally fine. We want to make sure you demonstrate your ties to home. Even if you hope to have a job in the US once you're done with school, your whole point of coming here is for school right now, right? It's not to move to the US. So we want to make sure that you're being truthful and honest. Here are things that you might be asked. How long are you staying here? Your financial support system in the US, even about your social media usernames, but they just can't ask for your passwords. So all those things are normal. Please go to our website for more information on that. Emergencies, again, this is the information that I was just talking about. You do need your travel ASU letter, but here are your emergency contact information if you do need anything. So make sure to reach out to this phone number right here during work hours. So that's for the ISSC. And then your second bullet, the lowest number down here, that's our general emergency phone number in case we are outside of business hours. Okay, so cool thing when you arrive in the US, ASU provides one free complimentary airport transit from the airport to hopefully your future apartment, but you must register for our international welcome event. So we want to know when you're arriving. We need to make sure you RSVP for that welcome event, and then you will get a free ride to your next location. I cannot guarantee when that code will come your way. So we ask for you to RSVP early and not the day before you arrive, because it does take up to a week for that email to be sent to you. Okay, super important. You need to attend your graduate international welcome. If you are taking classes and enrolled on Tempe campus, your date is January 10th. If you are attending classes and enrolled in a program on downtown campus, it is January 13th. West Campus, January 14th, and Polytechnic, January 16th. So you do need to attend your appropriate international welcome. So you're going to go to our welcome page and click on the campus in which you take classes, and that is where you can sign up for your international welcome. If you are in a degree program that has an orientation, for example, we know WP Carey and Fulton Schools of Engineer, they have orientations. Those are mandatory and in addition to our international welcome. So you need to attend both. Your college orientation is mandatory, and they generally don't let you sign up for classes unless if you go. So please make sure you do attend those dates. If for some reason you do not use our airport transit free complimentary ticket, there are other forms of transportation: Uber, Lyft, cabs. We've got light rail, which you can see in this picture. So the airport in Phoenix is called Sky Harbor. You can always look into their transportation. If you're a little nervous, you're not sure, and you want to make sure you have every kind of bit of knowledge before, feel free to look here. There's also a help desk at the airport. So if you ever need any help, feel free to ask anyone who works there. Okay, so what do you need to do once you arrive in the US? So we need to make sure you are enrolled full-time in class. You do that with your academic advisor, not Sarah here and our immigration advisors, but your academic advisor. You'll need to obtain an electric I-94. So that's once you go through immigrations at the airport, they send you an electric one. So you don't have no paper form needed anymore. You need to complete your SEVIS check-in once you arrive. You need to get your ASU ID card or it's on your mobile app now. And you need to set up a bank account, a cell phone account. You need to attend that graduate welcome, as I mentioned, and stay up to date with our announcement and emails. So this check-in is a way for the US government to understand that you are in the United States. You must do this. It is simply an e-form that we have on our website. It'll be on your My ASU kind of home page. So you'll be able to see it in a lot of different places. You need to make sure you do this on time. And if you have any questions, you can always ask us when you see us in person or come to the front desk. But we have a really good website on our ISSC webpage explaining how to do it with a pretty easy video of explaining it. So make sure you go there first. And if you have any issues with your I-94, this does sometimes happen. So make sure you go to our website again to see if it is a common issue. If not, you can always reach out to our office via phone, email, or come in person. Late arrivals, ASU cannot provide any late arrival to help support you through immigrations. Our office does not suggest it. You must arrive by the date of your I-20. You will need to talk to your academic advisor and or program if that is required. However, it is not advised. We do not advise that you come after the date of the first day of classes. Sun card. I used to have a cute little sun card. I still do, because maybe you guys can tell with my bad switching of slides, I'm not great with technology. However, it now goes on your cell phone. So it is an app in which you just bring your phone around and it lets you into places. It's kind of nuts. Sumi, do you have the mobile app?
I do. Oh my God.
How was it? Was it easy to download? You just go on an app device, right? The app store, and you find it there?
Yeah, so it's called Arizona State University. I think if you search for ASU on the App Store or the Play Store, it's the first thing that shows up. It's pretty easy to set up. And yeah, like I think the ID card would be on your app. I don't know if they give you a physical card. You have to request, I think.
Yep. You can't have the other, and you have to request an ID card unless if you've been at ASU too long. So it's nice and simple. You'll bring your phone around, and they do address, you know, if your phone dies, they have different ways. You can always just have your number on you. So it's a good idea to maybe write your ASU number down at the beginning of your time here before you start memorizing that crazy long number. Okay, so hot topic. Everyone talks about it. If I made $1, oh geez, if I made a penny off of every time this conversation came up, I wouldn't need a job. But I know most of you would like to work on campus. If you are one of those individuals, take a big breath in and relax. Please do not apply before, well, you could apply now, I suppose, but you cannot start working on campus until you have arrived, until you are enrolled in full-time classes, and you have to complete your CVIS check-in. So those are pretty crucial things for you to do. You cannot get a job before then. You can work on campus up to 20 hours within a semester. This includes our catering, it's called Airmark, as well as our bookstores, full at bookstores. If you receive a job offer, then you can apply to a social security number, but before that, you cannot get one. So please do not ask me for a social security number or a way around getting a social security number. You have to have a job offer, okay? We'll go over a small bit of information on that. So here are some resources regarding getting a job on campus. I do want to create a better understanding of expectations. It's very hard to get a job on campus, particularly your first semester, maybe even your first year. So please keep that in mind regarding your finances and your plans moving forward. You are coming to the US to go to school, not to get a job and then go to school, but to go to school and maybe have a job, okay? So you have to apply through jobs through our online student portal. You cannot email me, KJ, Sumi, Sarah, or anyone else asking for a job. You can't send me your cover letter and resume saying, can you find me a job? These are not things that we are allowed to do. We are equal opportunity in the US. So we have to apply through a system that kind of takes out all of those favoritisms, right? Or stigmas. So you need to apply through the portal. But the cool thing is we are here to help you. Our first month of programming, KJ, Sumi, myself, we have so many career workshops. So we work with our career center to really make sure that you are connected to those resources, to make sure your cover letter, your resume, your application style, and your interviews are associated with US working culture, because it is different. So please make sure you use our resources if you are in fact interested in getting a job on campus. As I mentioned,
just
that
wanted to-
social security number. Yes, go ahead, Sumi. Definitely.
About the part-time jobs, just wanted to add to it that you can also reach out to your global peer mentors if you want us to take a look at your resume, like resume and cover letter. We would gladly do it.
Yeah, they're too nice. They help reveal a lot of things. So do reach out to those global peer mentors. So the social security number, some of you might ask KJ, myself, and even Sarah here to get this early. It is not required for a bank account. It is not required for an apartment. It is not required for a mobile phone. However, some places might ask for it, but in fact, you can provide other documentation like your visa and things like that to prove that you are here and you are a real person. There are different things that might happen. They might need more financial backing for an apartment, and you might just need to choose a different mobile phone contract if they are being stubborn. But a good thing is many companies around our campuses are very used to our high population of international students. So going to companies that are closer to campus will have a greater understanding and a higher volume of international students. So they tend to not give you such a hard time. And I see we finally have a question in the Q&A. So feel free to ask questions in the Q&A as we go along. We have all of these individuals floating in our boxes to answer those Q&As. Okay, so if as a graduate student, you must be enrolled in 9 credit hours. At least 6 of them need to be in person. So this is just something to be very aware of. And the reason why I say this is because this is what our semesters look like. C all the way across means from the start to finish. So if you are enrolled full-time during that C session, you're good. But if you take only A classes and no B, you are not enrolled full-time the whole semester. You need to be enrolled in all semester or all portions of that semester full-time, full credit hours the whole time. So that is very important with your immigration status. So someone like Sarah is, hey, bad news. You're not fully enrolled. We need to do something about this. So our team is here to work with you if something does happen. However, it is not fun. So we want to make sure you are just working with your academic advisor and you are enrolled in classes the entire semester. So don't be those small selected students who don't listen to us. Okay, technology. Unfortunately, I can't answer too many questions about this. One, I'm very bad at technology, and two, I don't know what you need. So your syllabus, your professor, your programs, they're going to let you know what you need for your class or if there's something specific for your whole degree program. ISSE is not the place to reach out to. It is your program itself, your academic advisors, and your professors. Scary things. It looks scary. You have a hold, your priority tasks. It's going to be on your My ASU on the right side. You're going to have all these little drop downs and you're going to be like, oh my gosh, look at all the things I have to do. But these little arrows are drop down. So you click on it and it tells you what you need to do. It'll tell you if there's a link you need to follow, if there's something you need to read. I myself put something on there for you all to enjoy. So make sure that you do click down on that arrow before you ask for help, because a lot of times students are just unsure what to do when they just see the simple word. If there's a hold, that means you need to do this. It is very important that you pay attention to those holds. So please read through this. If there's any kind of assistance that you need, try to reach out to the contact that is on that hold. Otherwise, you can reach out to me and I can help kind of walk you through if necessary. So if you're signing up for classes and there's a hold on that, but it's not on your My ASU, it just might mean that you needed to take a class before this, a prerequisite. So you're not allowed to take that class yet. You can always reach out to the professor to be like, hey, I've already taken that prerequisite at a different university and maybe prove your course. I don't know. That's up to the professor. Some classes are reserved for specific majors or groups of students. So again, reach out to that professor, but you might not be able to take that class. And then of course, if there's errors, you want to make sure you don't have a hold on your account, there isn't reservations, or maybe the class is just full. So all of these things you need to reach out to your academic advisor, not your immigration advisor. So that academic advisor or representative, this lovely gentleman here on the left is not real, so please do not call that phone number. But you will have your own academic support team on your My ASU. Sumi, am I correct? It's below the priority tasks on the bottom right of your My ASU?
That's right. Yeah, it's going to be
And
right. Yeah.
Yep, and it's going to say academic support team, and you might want to click on it and it drops down. It gives you a phone number, it gives you an email, but it's going to have an area that you have to sign up for meetings. So you want to meet with your academic advisor, but you have to give them like at least 2 to 5 days to respond to you. So you can't meet with them just tomorrow, right? Sumi, is there sometimes a delay in meeting with your academic advisor?
So if you reach out to them over email, they usually reply in like, I think 1 to 2 days. But yeah, I think they say 2 to 5 business days, but then they usually get back faster than that. Another way is you can also book an appointment with them. They have like a way to schedule one-on-ones with your advisors. You can also do that. And then they also have express advising where you can just call them or like show up and then get your query resolved. Yeah.
Perfect. Thank you. All right. So here's some other just deadlines, important reminders. I'm not going to go through all of this in detail because this is going to be sent out to you, but please pay attention to dates. Deadlines are deadlines. We do not make exceptions at ASU, especially when it comes to these deadlines. So I cannot help you, unfortunately, if you email me after a certain date, right? And you surpass this. So please make sure that you have added and registered or dropped classes according to the correct date. Those are very important, and to stay fully enrolled in classes. Deferment. So if you are deferring, make sure your program allows you to. Make sure you are not registered in class or at least unregistered. So you can follow the information on this site here on this page if you are deferring, but make sure that you do email gograd@asu.edu. That's going to be very important for them to know that you're not coming. Okay. Other important resources. Health insurance. We've had a health insurance webinar. Hopefully you guys attended it. If not, we have a recording that will go out that will hopefully answer your questions. but please email insurance@asu.edu for those questions. Trust me, am not the expert in health insurance. It's a little complicated here in the US, so you want to make sure that you contact health insurance. They make it nice and easy. I will not. But you do have health insurance once you arrive, starting now. So it starts also 30 days before the start of the semester. So you are fully covered if you arrive here, and you want to make sure that you have figured out what your plan covers, and you want to bring your ID around. But those individuals will also be at your welcome. So you can come to your International Graduate Welcome and ask some questions if necessary, and or every month, KJ and team has planned a health webinar for you. So if you have any questions throughout your whole time here at ASU, every month you can come to one of our webinars and ask those questions about health insurance. So we want to make sure we're continuing to support you with these things while you are here at ASU. Okay. Banking. And Sumi, I might have a call on you again, and anyone here, honestly, can always give us their 2 cents. But ASU cannot tell you what to use, unfortunately, and we can't help you set up a bank account. There are student clubs that help you do that if you're interested. But what we can do, once you arrive, we'll have it on our International Resource Hub, which I'll share in a minute. All of the documents that you will need, right? Here's the documents that you will need. So that way, when you go to a bank, you have everything already set to go. But what we suggest is for you to shop around. Different banks have different pro deals. So if you join them with a certain amount of money, you get money or things like that. So Sumi, do you have any kind of advice? Not advice, sorry, don't give any advice. Do you have any feedback or experience with banking and or phone plans?
So again, like she mentioned, we do not recommend any particular banks. We don't endorse anything, but we do have some like Desert Financial and stuff. It's on campus, so it's something you can definitely check out. And yeah, they work closely with ASU students, so it's easy to set up. Again, you don't need an SSN. Yeah, so that's one of the options. I think, I mean, yeah, like she said, shop around, because everything has good deals, and see what works for you. So there's Chase, there's Midwest, there's a bunch. And for SIM cards, like it says on the slide, ISSC does give you it gives you a SIM card when you're here in the welcome pack, and it's valid for 1 month. So you can use that, and then maybe port to another. You can retain the number. So that's wonderful.
Yeah, that is a nice thing. Mint Mobile also is providing us with eSIM cards, but they're not a free month. But if you want what we can provide is the actual little cutout SIM card. I don't know what you call that. The in-person SIM card.
Physical SIM card. Yeah.
Physical, that's the word. The physical SIM card. And that provides you with a phone plan for your first month here for free. And just as Sumi said, you can take that number to a different company. So they don't own your number here, which is nice. So if you want to try that out and then change to a different company once you've settled a little bit, we're just trying to make it a little easier for when you arrive to have a phone number right away. Okay, so if you are concerned though and you want a SIM card in the airport, they do sell them at the airport, but we highly suggest that you don't do that because then they're just extra expensive there, right? But if you are not concerned about that and more concerned about getting that phone number when you arrive, by all means, go ahead and find one. Terminal 3 and 4 are the 2 terminals that people arrive in. I don't know what happened to Terminal 1 and 2, but you can buy SIM cards there. But the nice thing is the airport has Wi-Fi. Every cafe has free Wi-Fi. ASU campus has free Wi-Fi. I think some grocery stores have free Wi-Fi. So feel free to go into a facility to use their Wi-Fi if you don't have your phone number set up right away. And then here are just some local companies: Verizon, I mean, obviously Mint Mobile, T-Mobile, AT&T, and more. Those are all located fairly close to campus. So you can really shop around and find out the best deal for you. I like this slide because I bike. So ASU is a great biking campus. It is really practical. A lot of our students use bikes, scooters, and skateboards. And there are places for you to lock up your bike. There's valets, so you hand them your bike, they hand you a ticket and they like guard your bike. Or you get a lock. We want to make sure you get the big metal U lock. It looks like a U. That is just our highest crime on campus is stolen bikes. So that's why I really want to talk about like keeping your bike safe. For me, it's my transportation, so it would be devastating if my bike was stolen. And I understand it's similar for students. So make sure that you do lock up your bike and or your scooter, because more people use scooters nowadays. If this helps you, you know, on different campuses, we have different prayer or meditation locations. Sumi, I think you always point out that I keep forgetting to update here on Polytechnic. What is it? It's the Nest. What is it called? The bird
Yeah,
nest?
it's called the Crow's Nest.
Crow's Nest. That makes sense. It's really cozy. So all of our campuses have locations that are nice and quiet and there for meditation or prayer. There's also different religious locations around off campuses. So we hope that you do find the locations that make you feel comfortable and supported while you're here. Hotels. So just a quick thing. I like to share this. If you use this specific website, it gives you a small discount on hotels, whether you need one your first night here because your apartment doesn't start until the day after or something like that. Or if you have family traveling, you can pick a campus and then it'll come up with hotels close to that campus. That way it also helps you find a hotel that's closer to the area that you want to stay in. Shopping. Phoenix is big. There's lots of stores. You're going to find whatever you need here and more. But make sure you talk to your departments for computers. Make sure you bring your ASU Now digital ID. You get discounts like everywhere if you're a student. Our bookstores are nearby. We have bookstores on campus. You can buy your technology there. We call them department stores. So there's like massive stores, IKEA, Walmart, Target. Those are all located on a free bus system. So you definitely can get to those from campuses and you can buy all of your furniture there. We also have things called thrift stores and consignment stores. I shop at them. They're secondhand. So that means someone owned them before, just like my sweater, but they're very nice and much cheaper. So I like doing that and it's more sustainable. But it's totally up to you where you go. And there's a lot of different options, whether you want high-end, medium, or not so high-end items. So this is just an example of areas near you. So again, I said Walmart, Target, and IKEA. Those are all available on a free shuttle. They're called Orbit buses. So if they orbit the sun, Earth, Mars, what is there, Jupiter? Is there another one?
Jupiter, Venus.
Venus, yeah. So if any of those planets are on a bus, it's free. But if it's a numbered bus, it costs money. It's only $2 one way $2 all day for a student, right, Sumi? Yep. But
I think it's $4 for one.
$4, okay, $2 one way. See, this is why I have her here. Keep me in line. And then ASU Surplus is the thrift store, secondhand store, but with ASU. And we often at Your Welcome they'll have a table to explain when they have a sale, but they'll usually have a sale right after school starts with like tables, chairs, computers, things like that, which is pretty nice. My computer monitor at home is from them. Okay, so got to speed myself up a little bit. Tips on saving. You guys can go through this. Sumi, you might, honestly, everyone here, Sarah, KJ, you guys might have tips on this, but we do have a lot of free food at events. So eat on campus. It saves you money. Go to campus events. It's free. It's fun. We have an international resource hub with a lot more information. I know I've mentioned it twice now. I'll have a page about it in a minute. Our library has free passes to some of like really cool locations around that cost a bit of money. So make sure you check out all the resources here at ASU. But I don't know if anyone here, do you guys have any, you were going to give one tip on saving money when you move to the US, what would it be?
I would say like bring spices that you really use and stuff. Like make sure you pack some with you and then like do start cooking. It'll save you a lot of money.
Yeah, cook your own food. That does save you a lot of money.
If you end
Sarah,
up,
KJ, yeah, KJ, what
if you end up in a grocery store like Fry's, you can actually become a member there just for free. You just have to register, and then you get the discounted prices on those on many items in the store as a member. So when you go there, just go to the help desk there and become a member, and they'll give you a little ID card for that.
Yeah, it's true. If you like regularly, if you pick your favorite store and become a member, they give you discounts. Sarah, what do you think? What's your tip?
You can just go to use the ASU shuttle buses within campuses instead of doing a Uber or something. So that could help you if you want to go visit some friends or do some group meetings or teamwork. So that will help you save you a lot. We do have ASU shuttle buses as well within all 4 campuses. That can help as well.
Honestly, yeah, whenever so living on Tempe, if I go downtown, because I don't pay for a transit pass, some of you might, because it's cheaper, the year-round transit pass, but I'll just take the shuttle, ASU shuttle downtown. It's much better. Okay, so paying tuition. You guys should look into this for more details, but this is something you need to pay attention to is those dates. So if you're mailing your tuition, it needs to be in the mail by January 11th. If you're doing it, wiring it, it needs to be wired by January 18th. So you do want to make sure that you click here to see the dates and more information on how to do it. The one thing is we do not accept payments over the phone, right? So you can do it online, in person, wire it, all of those things. You can check with financial aid if you want to see if there are more ways to be supported financially, but you need to make sure that you do this correctly. ASU does have payment plans, so if you need that, please check that out. Instead of one big payment, they can break it down into semester or months. Again, you can pay it semester by semester instead of all in one. And then just so you know, for scholarships, FAFSA, FSA, is for domestic students, not international students, but lucky for you, you have the New American Merit-Based Scholarship. That's for our international students. And then you can also go to our scholarship.asu.edu and aid/international for more information about different opportunities to possibly get different scholarships. And throughout the year, there might be different scholarships depending on your degree program, right? Regardless if you're international or not. So if that's of importance to you, then make sure you do frequently check out that scholarship website page. All right, class questions. So we did have a cultural adjustment session. So please watch that one if you want to learn a little bit more about life here and class questions. But you do need to attend that orientation for your department if they have one. You need to meet with your academic advisor and sign up for classes. That's like number one, got to do those things after you do see this check-in when you get here. But just so you know, you might have hybrid, in-person, or virtual. You need to make sure you have 6 of your 9 credits in person, not virtual. So please make sure to check out those details and see if your class is big, small, where it meets, and all stuff like that. So when you sign up, it'll have all that information on there. So we're getting close to the end, so I'm going to just really express the importance of the last few slides. Scams. You probably heard this. I hope you heard this, and I hope you listened to this. I hope I get emails, too many emails saying, hey, is this a scam? Please do not pay anyone over the phone with, unless if you are calling them to pay for a bill and you know it. If someone calls you, they ask for Bitcoin, they ask for, if anyone ever asks you to pay something with gift cards, it's a scam. Right? If someone's saying, hi, this is ICE, this is the government, we're going to come kick you out of your home if you don't pay this. Absolutely a scam. No one will ever do that. So please make sure that if something seems scary and they're asking you for money, it's because they're trying to make you not ask for help, or they're trying to make you feel nervous. You have to do it now. It's probably a scam. The worst case scenario, you hang up that phone, you come to the office, you sit down with me, and we get that person back on the phone and it's real. Okay, they had to wait 10 minutes, right? Whatever you do, ask for help if someone is asking you for money and you are not expecting it, right? It's all a scam. If someone emails you a job, like, hey, congratulations, KJ, you got a job with, and it's the name of your professor, but you never applied. It's a scam. One of my students actually got scammed by that last year. His professor emailed him a job, but it wasn't his professor. Someone just found out which classes were, then made a fake email and scammed them. So please pay attention to this. Only accept a job that you have applied to. Only pay bills that you know that are your bills. And if you have any concerns, come to us and we can try to review it. We can try to get on that phone with you and to find out if it actually is real. I express this with great concern because we've had students get scammed and we cannot get you your money back. So I hope I scared you enough to take this serious, but sorry for the scare factor. Okay, Canvas course. It is almost oh my gosh, it's the 16th. We will send out the link for you. So now you guys can start going on to this. So on your Canvas course, Canvas is where all of your homework assignments will be, all of your classes will be there, and so will we. But we have a resource hub. It has no homework. It does nothing other than tell you good information. It has information on, what is it? Assuming we got the transportation, places to go, things to do, ASU
classes.
resources, culture path. I mean, anything, everything. And it has all of our events there. It has the ISSC information. But someone like Sumi will be there answering questions. If you go into the chat, discussion boards, we want you to interact with us and tell us, hey, there's no information on this, and then we'll provide it, right? So do join once we send you that link, and we hope to see you there. You can scan this QR code. It is your International Student Digital Handbook. It has more information. It's kind of a shorter version of our resource hub, but a good thing to review now. And just so you know, we are nearing the end of our time. So get some questions in that Q&A. You guys have been like the smallest amount of Q&Ers ever. So I hope that means you're all so prepared. You have no questions. But we do have an advisor here and a team to answer any. So keep putting those questions in the Q&A. So we have gone through all of these except our live Q&A session this Thursday, not next Thursday. So we have gone over housing, health insurance, cultural adjustment, and we've had this session, our general Q&A, now 3 times. We do have the recording of these and we will be sending them out. I believe they've already been sent out, some of them. So if you are not receiving any of the emails with these recordings, please let us know. Write it in the chat or the Q&A right now. We can get back to you. But if you have further questions, you can come to this live Q&A on Thursday the 19th. What we do here is we'll just have topics and be like, hey, anyone have questions about health insurance? And we'll let you guys come in with questions. Any questions on housing, come in with questions and we'll try to answer them. That way we're not telling you more information that you might already know, but we're hoping that you ask questions on things that you need to know before you arrive. So we do have 11 minutes for any extra Q&A. So I don't know, Sarah, KJ, Sumi, if you saw in the Q&A, are there regular themes and things like that that we have?
I have
Think about that.
sorry.
Yep.
I have one question here. I wanted to see if you can. The question is, on arrival, how do we get hold of the emergency number in case of anything at the port of entry, especially when we don't have US lines?
Yes. So US airports have internet, so you should be able to still make a call. I know I have an Android. In the US, they make fun of me here because my Android and not my iPhone. But I can make phone calls using internet. And so we have that emergency number. Is that big black slide. So we will be sending those out. You can call the ASU emergency number on holidays, on any time. You can also, in an airport, you could go to a front desk and say, I'm having an emergency. This is my emergency contact information. That's perfectly fine. If you're in immigration and you're being questioned, you can always, you got to answer those questions. But if they're for some reason looking for someone to contact, have your emergency numbers written down on a piece of paper. That's my biggest suggestion. As much as everyone loves technology, man, this thing loses battery plenty of times and only when you need it, right? So writing that information down on a piece of paper is going to be very helpful. And in our slides, we did have our emergency number. Our ASU emergency number is just our office number. It's only available 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. office hours, but we have an ASU emergency number, right? And that's better because they're going to connect you to the emergency resource that you need the most, which it may not be us. And if it is, they contact us. One thing I want to mention, if you are traveling and you haven't purchased tickets yet, Christmas is like the December 25th, right? 26th, 25th. Yeah.
25th.
25th, thanks. that day, because many people celebrate that holiday in the US, it's going to be maybe cheaper to fly, but it will have a lot less support, right? There'll be less people working, grocery stores might not be open, there might be less people driving around. So just be aware if you're flying on that day and it is cheaper, you may have a harder time gaining resources when you get to the US, right? There will be someone working, there will be something open, but it just might be more difficult. And so just keep that in mind. If this is your first time coming to the US and you're a little nervous, it may not be the best day to arrive. Same with New Year's Eve and New Year's Day, right? The last day of December, first day of January. Those are days that commonly people take those days off from work and not a lot of resources will be available. So just keep that in mind. All right, anything else, KJ or Sarah, if you guys saw anything about immigration or questions I should answer in the Q&A?
There's nothing in the Q&A, but I also wanted to, on the subject of holidays, ISSC will be closed early on December 24th, and they will be closed December 25th, December 26th. Also early December 31st and closed January 1st. So if you're traveling on those times, please call the 24-hour emergency number if you need any assistance during that time.
Yeah, and if you forget and you call ISSC and it doesn't answer, then call the emergency number, right? So make sure you write those twos down. And that's a really good point. Our office is closing on those holidays. So we will not be able to help you. No other Q&A. Sarah, Sumi, any kind of last minute things you'd want to share with students before they get here?
What I should tell them, like, to don't forget to print out your I-20, and then at the same time, make sure you have all your supported documents at the port of entry, so you don't have you don't forget anything, because the I-20 is one of the supported evidence that you need to show at the CBP officer. And then as long as you have your passport and then all your other supported documents that we show you on the slide, that you should be fine then.
It's crazy because I had the exact same thing to say.
Yeah, exactly.
This is important, right?
Yes.
Like bring those documents.
is.
Please.
Like, don't rely on your phone. It might die, and like
Yes.
always hard copies of your documents.
Yes, definitely.
Printing those, the worth printing those items.
Yes.
And on that theme, I just also want to say that when you do enter US, your port of entry may not be Phoenix, it may be a different city. Once you have gone through the immigration within the US, you will not be required to go through immigration again when you enter into Phoenix, so keep that in mind.
Yes, absolutely. All right, well, if you guys are a quiet crew, so if you don't have any further questions, I made Sarah, Sumi, and KJ probably wake up earlier than necessary. So we are excited to see you. And please let us know if you have any questions in the meantime. Please arrive in time. Please arrive in time for those welcome events, your graduate international welcome, your orientations, and you need to arrive in time for bike classes. It's absolutely crucial that you do that and you have the correct information to go through immigration, your port of entry, and we'll all be there. I know. So I know Sumi, you might be too, but I know KJ and I will be at your welcomes. So you will see us in person. We are real. So do talk to us. And thank you. Oh, we do have one quick question. Any advice for those traveling with kids? Sarah, I don't know if you have any specific related advice to immigration.
I think if they have the F2 as a dependent, I think the I-20 is attached with the name of the kids, so you can always bring those in with you, and then always double check to see if their name is in the I-20 as well. And then but you have to register them as a F2 dependent for them to come in as well. But you can always reach out to us via email or phone number, so we can actually help you guys out with the supported evidence if you forgot to add them as a F2 dependents prior arriving to the States.
Yeah, please do. If you haven't reached out to us and you are
Yes.
bringing children, make sure to reach out to us soon before you arrive.
at least we can actually reinitiate the I-20 for you. Mhm.
Good question. Thanks for asking that. It's a rare question that we have. So we are here for
Mhm.
those kind of questions. All right. Well, thank you, team, for joining. I want to let everyone know they woke up at 5 something to get here at 6 a.m. in the morning. So big thank you to them. And we are excited to see you. So I'll stay on for the last 4 minutes. Everyone else feel free to go. But that way, if there's any questions that come in, we'll be here. But otherwise, we'll see you in person in January. Or if you're arriving now, we'll start seeing you as you guys start coming onto campus. Come in and say hi. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you.